Well, I've just always been a person who didn't want to give up.
So I've been knowing Dr. Odom for about 4.5 years. I took her American Government class my freshman year in 2011, and I would say that she was a great professor. She knew everything that she needed to know about the subject. She gave me a lot of knowledge while I was in that class as well, and that's what made me want to take her classes again. Since then, I've taken about 3 or 4 of her classes, and I would say that her teaching methods are great. She's very knowledgeable about the subjects, and she doesn't mind spending time with you to make sure that you understand, which is something that we really appreciate being at college, because a lot of times I feel like we don't really get the attention that we need or deserve. And if I had to describe Dr. Odom in one word, I would say that she's awesome, because that's just the best word to describe her. It's awesome.
I met Dr. Odom my freshman year of college, and she was my American Government teacher. She was great. She was pretty cool. I like the way she teach. She wasn't boring like a lot of the teachers. She was real enthusiastic, and she knew what she was talking about. So we used to have really good discussions in that class. And I like how opinionated she was. She didn't hold nothing back. One word I would use to describe Dr. Odom would be dedicated, because when she's teaching and when she's up there doing her lectures, she seems like she's really into her craft, and she always makes sure that her students are informed with the right knowledge when they are leaving her classroom.
If you could choose one word that describes you, what would it be?
Determined. Or,
Term.
mhm.
Could you elaborate on that?
Well, I've just always been a person who didn't want to give up on my goals, and could always kind of figure out how to make things happen. I generally don't take no for an answer. I always know that there's a way to get things done, even when people don't want to do it or want you to think that they can't do it. So I think this is just the main thing, that I don't like taking no for an answer, because usually it just means somebody doesn't want to do it. It doesn't mean that it's not possible.
I love it.
The one value that I try to instill is just a love of reading. And I guess if there were any passion that I had, it would be for that.
Okay.
I just love knowing. Some people might call that nosy, but I just love knowing things.
I'm glad you said
And
that.
I want to know. I have questions. It's something else I want my students to learn to do is question everything. Don't ever take things at face value. Not even Malcolm X's autobiography. Just learn how to read in a way that edifies you. There's so much out there that if we learned it and read about it and knew about it, it would really free our minds. But in that regard, I think the most important thing I'd like to leave behind is just well-educated students who go out into the world and do extraordinary things, mainly for their communities. Not go in the world to just be a selfish consumer.